there. Let's keep your week rolling just right to the right mix of news and conversations. Now, whether you're catching us online, on TV, or on the radio, hop on, join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to
Beautiful Day! All right, so we got a jam-packed show. It's going to be very international in a way.
I know.
I am excited for it. We are live on Facebook, I believe, now as well. And
Facebook
on YouTube.
and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So as early as now, you guys can send us your messages, like, share, comment, and subscribe as well. Send us your shout outs. We can say hi to you. Or if you want to say hi to our guest later, I'll tell you in a bit. Let me just say that we are live on Facebook, on YouTube. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. And we are also on their Facebook page. And I check all those comment sections. So go ahead and type away. You might want to send messages our way today because for the hangout, we will be talking with the skaters of Disney on Ice.
100% excited for that. At alam mo, balito ko, baka may surprise
I
guest din
know,
mamaya.
may pa-surprise guest.
May pa-surprise tayo. Pati, to be honest, I have a feeling talaga I'm not ready for the moment.
I know,
right? I'm not
me
ready
too.
for the
Oh my
moment for the
goodness.
surprise.
I am super, super excited.
Yeah.
So later on, you must stay with us all the way till the end of the show because ang dami nating pasabog.
Oh yeah, for
Yes.
sure. And also, again, I mentioned that we have a bit of an international flavor today. We do have a day mix today. Now,
Okay.
we are going to have a Nashville-based folk pop singer-songwriter, Caleb Hearn. Later on the show, he'll be performing a live performance of his hit song, Little Bit Better, with 135 million streams over on Spotify.
Wow.
Okay, so
that is amazing.
I mean, yes, it'll be amazing to have it here. And of course, later
We're going
on.
international.
Syempre, and we're going international, but then we're also going to go with someone who has a international taste. Naman.
That's right.
Oo, si
diba?
Coach B.
A fam in particular. Because for Love Hacks later, we are going to be talking about this new dating term. It's called monkey barring.
I have no idea what this is.
I have.
Monkey
I know what it
barring.
is. Yeah, because I read an article about it.
Oh.
And sabi ko, ay, pwede to pang Love Hacks. Actually, ang dami ng new dating terms na lumabas lately. Like last week pa, there were all these terms and monkey barring was one of them. Magaling ka ba sa monkey bars when you were a kid?
I don't.
I was really good at monkey bars. But not in dating, ah.
Okay. But anyway.
Later, we'll talk about that. If you want to ask Coach V questions, you might want to send that our way as early as now. Pwede. So, Facebook, YouTube, and the Facebook page of Mellow 94.7 BFM. So many things happening today.
I love that. A lot of things happening. And you know what? I just want to get the show rolling simply because we have a lot to go through on here today. And normally we start off the show by checking out the conditions on the road.
Yes, traffic update at this hour. Let us first take a look at EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Moderate traffic already building up on that stretch. Right side, those are the vehicles heading to Cubao. Light traffic on that area. Now, here is a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. Still a good time to drive. On the left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Pasay City. Light traffic on that stretch. Opposite lane, same situation. Right side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Light traffic there as well. Now, heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Thursday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what will the weather be like this Thursday? Let's go find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Paolo.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at a low-pressure area east of southern Luzon. Now, this has now developed into a tropical depression called Paolo. Now, by 2 a.m. today, it intensified into a tropical storm that is now affecting parts of Luzon. Now, as of 5 a.m., the center of the tropical storm, Paolo, was last located about 705 kilometers east of Infanta, Quezon. Now, it is packing maximum wind speeds of 65 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts of up to 80 kilometers per hour. Now, it continues to move west-northwest at around 20 kilometers per hour. Now, we take a look at this track here. Paolo is expected to continue moving west-northwestward, as we mentioned a while ago. Now, based on the forecast, it could make landfall over Isabela or northern Aurora tomorrow morning. However, Pag-asa already reminds the public to continuously monitor updates as a slightly southward track remains possible. Now, Paolo is also expected to intensify further. Now, this may actually reach severe tropical storm category by early tomorrow and could even become a typhoon either before or after landfall. Now, after crossing northern Luzon, the storm is forecast to move into the West Philippine Sea by tomorrow afternoon and exit the Philippine area of responsibility by Saturday morning. Now, because of this, Pag-asa has already hoisted Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 over parts of northern and eastern Luzon. These areas include Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Abra, Kalinga, and Mountain Province. Signal number 1 is also raised in the highlands and the western seaboard of Luzon, covering Ifugao, Benguet, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, northern portion of Zambales as well. Meanwhile, parts of central and southern Luzon are also under signal number 1. These include Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, the northern portion of Bulacan, the northern portion of Pampanga, northern portion of Quezon, including the Polillo Islands, and the northern portion of Catanduanes. Areas under signal number 1 may experience wind speeds of up to 39 to 61 kilometers per hour within the next 36 hours. Now, along with this, there will be occasional rain showers. Now, these conditions may lead to light to moderate damages on some buildings and some structures, and disruption to outdoor activities is possible. Pag-asa has also issued a storm surge warning. Now, coastal areas of Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, and Catanduanes may experience storm surges reaching 1 to 2 meters in the next 36 hours. Now, this can be dangerous, especially in low-lying and exposed communities. So make sure you take all the necessary precautions if you are in any of these areas. Now, for today, the impact of Tropical Storm Paolo will be felt mostly in eastern Luzon. Catanduanes, Aurora, Quirino, and Isabela can all expect rain with gusty wind conditions and conditions that may also lead to flooding and landslides in high-risk areas. Now, over in Metro Manila and the Cordillera region, as well as Calabarzon, the rest of Cagayan Valley, the rest of the Bicol region, and Nueva Ecija and Bulacan, they will all have cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, now mostly in the afternoon and the evening. Residents are urged to take early precautions against sudden heavy rains and possible flooding. Meanwhile, the rest of the country, particularly in Visayas and Mindanao, will experience generally fair weather conditions with partly cloudy to cloudy skies. However, isolated thunderstorms remain possible, especially in the late afternoon or in the evening. Well, that's a lot here on Weather HQ, but that's it for the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao. Now on to our headlines this morning. The death toll for the deadly earthquake that struck Cebu Tuesday night is now at 69, while hundreds more are reported injured. The magnitude 6.9 quake hit near the city of Bogo, toppling buildings and leaving many trapped under debris. The Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office told Bilyonaryo News Channel that search and rescue operations are underway and that the situation at hospitals is currently under control. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. promised immediate aid, while local officials called for medical volunteers to help with the crisis.
What we need now is water, medicine, blankets, maybe water tanks or refilling our treatment machines, and hygiene kits. And if there's a ready-to-eat meal, that's better.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. expressed his condolences to the victims of the devastating earthquake in Cebu. He said his cabinet members are on the ground to provide aid and assess the damage. In addition to relief and rescue efforts, authorities are working to restore power to the area. Marcos urged the public to stay alert and follow safety advisories. He is expected to visit Cebu today to personally assess the situation. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte also offered prayers and condolences to the affected families, expressing hope and strength for the communities in the Visayas region. It's great to see that some of our leaders are already on the ground trying to
Yes.
assess the situation and of course trying to give aid as quickly as possible. Kasi grabe talaga. I've just taking a look at the videos during the earthquake from everywhere, churches to beauty pageants, and then
Yeah.
seeing the devastation. And of course, ito yung mga, well, unfortunately, those who passed away just being laid out kasi ang dami talaga.
Oh, this actually broke my heart when I saw photos of this yesterday after our show. We see those who died. The bodies are laid out on the ground, covered in the black plastic bags, and nakakalungkot, no? It's going to be difficult for people to identify the bodies and look for
some of
their
them, yeah.
family members there, of course. So parang hindi mo pa alam if they're included there or if they're still missing, and search and rescue operations and search and retrieval operations are underway. And kagabi I was listening to the interview on Agenda last night with Pinky, and sabi na some of the search and rescue operations medyo ititigil because paggabi na, but they will continue today. So baka kasi some are still trapped in the rubble. So I do hope that meron pang survivors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, we're all hoping for that. And, this actually, I was talking to a few people, and this is also a bit of a reminder and a lesson that, one, natural disasters do strike. And of
Yes.
course, pati tayo dito sa Manila, when we take a look at the safety, the structural integrity of buildings, and of course, yung mga kailangan natin gawin if ever something does strike, and earthquake does strike, that we are prepared. And hopefully, again, just returning focus back to the Cebu region, hopefully that they do recover quickly and sooner rather than later.
Yes. You know what, speaking of being prepared, I saw this video of a computer shop in Cebu, and then nag-earthquake siya, and you'll see the kids who were there, they really went under the tables and covered their heads.
Yeah.
They knew what to do.
Yeah. Kaya
So we really
importante
need
yung
to
mga
pay
national
attention.
drills natin.
The
Oo.
earthquake drills, you really need to pay attention
Yeah.
to that in
Yeah.
case of times like this. Okay, moving on. The ultra-billionaire Villar family is now under investigation for possible conflict of interest in the awarding of government contracts. This is according to Justice Secretary Boying Remulla, following an exclusive report from BNC that the family and their allies acquired 18.5 billion pesos in government contracts for Las Piñas. Remulla adds that aside from the Villars, the DOJ will also put focus on those dubbed contractors, members of Congress involved in construction. The Justice Secretary stressed that this is an illegal practice even if the company is under the name of their children or other family. Now, aside from the DOJ investigating the Villar family, the ICI will also be inviting Senator Mark Villar to attend the investigation on the flood control scandal. And according to attorney, what's his name? The executive director of the ICI. They're inviting Senator Villar because he was the former DPWH
Yeah.
secretary.
Well,
and you remember this item that we reported on, right?
yes, so
on the
remember when we
Villars,
were
yes.
talking about basically how a lot of the focus so far has been in Bulacan. Other regions are expected to be investigated also.
Yes.
And this could be one of the first steps into making this a more nationwide investigation as well. But again, there's so much to uncover when it comes to this, and we can't wait to see the findings when it comes to all of the things that the ICI has to uncover.
Yes.
Now, moving forward, the House of Representatives has once again postponed deliberations on the Office of the Vice President's 2026 budget after Vice President Sara Duterte skipped the hearing for a second straight day. House Minority Leader Marcelino Libanan questioned Duterte's absence, arguing that the presence of agency heads is required for budget deliberations. The Vice President sent her staff instead, and the House rules led to a delay in the discussion. Officials have now moved the debates to Thursday, calling it the final chance to discuss the OVP's budget before the House wraps up deliberations.
In other news, the Senate on Wednesday voted 15-3 to adopt a resolution urging the International Court to place former President Rodrigo Duterte under house arrest while awaiting trial. Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III and Senator Raffy Tulfo abstained from voting. Senators Risa Hontiveros, Francis Kiko Pangilinan, and Bam Aquino voted against. In seeking for Duterte's house arrest, the senators who voted in favor cited his old age and deteriorating health. The resolution was authored by Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Mig Zubiri and Senate Minority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano. It states that should medical findings prove his worsening condition, the ICI should allow FPRRD to stay at a particular address. Attorney Cristina Conti, the Assistant to Counsel of the ICC, has released a statement about this on her X account, and she said that this resolution could actually be counterproductive. As the ICC pre-trial chamber, they only consider matters of fact and law as it evaluates those two requests for FPRRD's adjournment and interim release. And she also notes that the court, the ICC, is aware that at least one of the senators sponsoring this resolution is allegedly among the co-perpetrators of the crimes against humanity that they are investigating. So it could be counterproductive. This move could backfire.
Well, it could backfire, at least according to the attorney, but at the same time as well, if you take a look at what the resolution did say, it states that should medical findings prove his worsening condition, and we also receive a contrary report. So at least the severity of it from Harry Roque himself in an interview where he said that he did not pass out in comparison to a statement made by Vice President Sara Duterte in the past. So in terms of his true condition, remember there was also members of the embassy to also check on the wellness of former President Rodrigo
Yes, actually
Duterte.
there were statements given by Attorney Harry Roque and VP Sara herself, but I think the final the final say has to come from the ICC itself. So Attorney Conti is saying that unless the Senate has direct knowledge of FPRRD's physical and mental health, the resolution will be mere political noise.
Yeah, so
we'll see.
This feels like a longer saga than it presents itself at the moment. So we're gonna find out how that develops as the day goes by. Now we're gonna move on here to sports, where Filipino tennis star Alex Ayala moved on to the quarterfinals of the 2025 Suzhou Open after a hard-fought 7-6, 6-7, 7-5 win over Belgium's Griet Minen. Ayala fought through a 3-hour, 18-minute battle, pushing past Minen with back-to-back games in the final set. This is Ayala's second straight 3-set win, as she also went the distance against her Polish opponent in the first round. Now she'll face world number 70 Victoria Golubic of Switzerland in the quarterfinals. Now, I want to move on here and talk about local sporting news, at least here in the Philippines. So, before we do that, I want to bring up our little hot takes. All right, so the PBA yesterday had a press conference, and they announced the newest member of their family after the Northport Batang Pier officially sold their franchise to the Pure Blends Corporation. We now have a new team. That new team is called the Titan Ultra Giant Risers. Okay?
Titan Ultra Giant Risers.
It is a men's supplement, okay? Supplement na panlalaki, specifically. Okay? Just let that name settle in for a second. Now, it will be bannered by guys like Calvin Abueva, guys like Von Pesumal coming in, signing from Barangay Ginebra, and all these other great players. And from a basketball standpoint, I'll be interested to see what they bring up. But from a cultural standpoint, I
they
think
rise like giants?
I think they are already
Tall.
one
Yun
of...
yung what I meant, ha?
They're tall. They're giants.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
like they are already going to be one of the all-time names. Because the PBA has had some amazing names
Okay.
in its history, right? I mean, like, you can go back in time. Let's go back to Crispa Redmanizers. That was a
Redmanizers?
wait lang.
No, I have.
Did your family not have a Toyota Crispa rivalry in it or?
Wala.
Oh no. Wow.
So,
Okay.
hindi
So,
ko-
wow. Wait lang What?
I don't know, maybe my husband and my brother, they know, but me, I don't know. Alam mo naman ako, naaalala ko lang yung time ko nung nanonood ng basketball yung daddy ko. Sila Mama Ril, sila Jaworski. Yun
Girl,
yung time
yes.
ko.
No. Yes. Anyway. Oh my gosh. All right. So, Crispa Redmanizers.
What's a redmanizer?
Redmanizing is a process of making a shirt. It was a process at the Crispa shirt company, the textile company,
okay.
and it was a weird name. There was also the Santa Lucia Realtors, who were
Yes.
one of my personal favorites. There was the
That
Pure
wasn't
Foods.
so weird, the
No, it was
name.
kind of weird. Imagine playing basketball against a team called the Realtors. Alaska Milkmen.
Realtors versus, okay naman yun.
No.
But the Risers.
Ito, Chunky Giants.
Yun.
Oo,
Were they
Beautiful
chunky?
Chunky Giants, ha?
Were they
Oh, I
chunky?
mean, like, no, they were a fantastic team. There was also the TJ Hot Dogs.
Yeah.
Diba? Then after that, basta there were so many fantastic names. The Shopiness.com clickers. May mga ganun rin. But this one, the Titan Ultra Giant Risers, I cannot wait to call their games. I cannot wait to call their games and figure out what
That
type
would
of
be
fun
so exciting.
we can come up with.
Yeah.
For those who want to know more about the product, go check online and see why this is a bigger deal from a fun standpoint. Yeah, so let's see how that happens. The PBA opens this Sunday with the Manila Classico at I believe it's Smart Arena Coliseum, but it will be on Sunday for the PBA's 50th anniversary.
Okay, now it's time for us to find out what the stars have in store for us today. We're going to hear it from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. So take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ngayong araw ng Thursday, October 2. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. Kung may tampo o selos, i-address na ito ngayon, hindi sa susunod na away. Yellow at 6. Kay Ox naman tayo, mainam na araw para sa physical activity, kahit mga brisk walking lang. Red at 4. Kay Tiger naman tayo, may darating na offer mula sa kakilala. Mabuting pag-isipan mo na iyan. White at 7. O, sa mga Year of the Rabbit naman magandang araw para may pag-date o mag-reconnect sa matagal mo ng kachat. Gold at 3. Kay Dragon naman tayo, may susulpot na opportunity kung open ka sa collaborations. Blue at 2. Kay Snake naman tayo, huwag kalimutan magbaon ng tubig. Hydration is the key. Green at 8. Ito naman, kay of the Horsey. Kung may gusto kang sabihin, sabihin mo na yan. Hindi lahat ng moment ay maibabalik mo. Silver at 5. Sa mga Year of the Sheep naman, magandang araw para sa massage, magpamasahe o spa session. Yellow at 9. Kay Monkey naman tayo, maaaring magkaroon ng konting selosan, pero ito ang dahilan sa tunay na pag-aalaga nyo. Green at 6. Kay Rooster naman tayo, iwasan ang stress eating. Mag-focus sa nourishment, hindi comfort. Red at 4. Kay Dog naman tayo, pabor ang araw sa brainstorming or team discussion. White at 7. At kay Year of the Pig naman tayo, may bagong kakilala na pwedeng maging espesyal kung pagbibigyan siya. Blue at 1. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day. Dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, as always, Master Hans Kua. Our horoscope came early today.
Our horoscope came early because we got a lot on the
I
show
know.
right on the docket. And you don't want to miss this because up next we got 2 ice skaters bringing magic to the stars. Sophie, Sananikone, and Sequoia Bernard from Dizzy on Ice. Join us after the break along with an extra special guest later on. Who is it? Well, we'll all find out together. Don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, all you need is a little bit of magic. And our guests today are two performers who bring magic to life on the ice. And Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Skaters Sequoia, Bernard, and Sophie Sananikone join us and show us that dreams do come true in our hangout. Sophie and Sequoia, it's a beautiful day. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having us.
It's so great to have you over. We were so excited when we found out that you girls were coming. Anne's excitement level rose by tenfold. It's like she got younger by 20 years.
I really wanted to come today dressed as a Disney princess, but when I looked at all the toy stores at the malls, they only had kiddie sizes, so nothing fits me. So I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm a Disney princess at heart naman.
I'm glad nothing fit. Because it means I might have to do it too. But yeah, Sophie, I want to start off with you because we talked about the fact that, Disney on Ice is such a special show in general. And when we talk about the roles that you play, you've been doing this for years already. 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. When we talk about the magic in it, just being part of the story, being part of all of these iconic moments and scenes, how does that make you feel personally, and what do you think the show brings out?
Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. It truly is magical, and to me, from doing this for 8 years, it has brought me so much bliss and joy seeing the audience reactions when they see their favorite characters. They just go wild, and every moment that I see, it's day after day, and I love it.
I'm sorry, I just saw our surprise guest over there. And then my heart just stopped like, oh my gosh. But 8 years doing Disney on Ice, and Sequoia, you've done it for 4 years?
Yes.
Who are the characters that you usually play?
So I get to portray the role of Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
I love that.
Yeah. And honestly, such an honor to be able to bring such a character to life who's so hardworking and resilient. It's a blessing. Yeah.
You know what? I was telling them off the air that I have so much admiration for people who are so graceful on ice, because I've tried it a couple of times, and it's really hard. It's so difficult. It's slippery. Well, yeah, duh, right? But it's so hard to find your balance. And, you're not just skating, you're dancing, you're portraying a character, right? So how do you do that as an ice skater? Sequoia, let's start with you.
Well, I think that's the one thing about figure skating and show skating specifically that I find so intriguing is being able to bring a story to life through your movements.
Right.
So this job particularly, I'm portraying a character that people have grown up to love, they've seen so many times, so it's really just getting those mannerisms down, certain movements to just be like, when people come to the show, they're like, no, that's her. She's standing in front of me. So I find pride in that, of just really getting that down to the very fine details.
Yeah, Sophie, you've been doing this for 8 years, and does every year, every season, just bring out something different in you personally? Because you're a part of the ensemble, so that means you're almost everywhere, right?
As an ensemble skater, I get to be in a lot of stories throughout the show, like Frozen 2. I can be a citizen, but like a ribboner in the Elsa segment, and you embody this different stories and learning those different kind of characters. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad you mentioned Frozen, because Anne and I accidentally came in dressed up as people from Frozen. Did not talk about the shade. Did not talk about, we are the ice.
But I wanted to ask them, what got you into ice skating and into Disney on Ice? Sophie.
Yeah. I started skating when I was 8 years old. I competed, I did show skating, I did synchronized skating. But I have auditioned with Disney on Ice in 2018, and I've been here ever since.
Yes,
Never looked
fantastic.
back.
And we're happy you're back. Your second time here in the
Yes.
your second time here in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
First time for Sequoia.
Yeah, Sequoia, your
Yeah.
first time. I think you're gonna love our crowd here in general.
I'm
When
excited,
we look at the when we look at your start with Disney on Ice, how was that like for you? And of course, playing the role that you have right now, it's so important in terms of heritage as well. When you take a look at the representation, so how does that make you feel?
Honestly, so I started when I was 9 years old, and I kind of took an alternative route because I went to school. I got my bachelor's degree in biology, and then I was coaching a bit. So honestly, I felt my time of really skating for me was kind of out the window. But then there was a need for more skaters to portray the role of Tiana. So I was like, sure, I'll give it a shot. I had a couple friends that were already kind of doing the Disney on Ice. So just kind of gave them a call. I was like, hey, if I'm interested in this, how do I get into this? And then next thing I knew, once I finished school, they were like, yeah, like, we'll take you on, and I've been here ever since.
I'm trying to connect biology.
Great question.
Right? I mean, I could only imagine you'd be studying and taking a look at cells and looking at a microscope and then thinking, I think I want to skate.
No, honestly, most of my life has just been, teeter-tottering two sides. I'm like, they don't cross at all. But also it's great because once I'm doing one thing, I can shift my brain to another thing. So, always working both sides, I guess.
Have you always been Disney babies since you were kids?
Oh, yeah. I was the kid, always in Florida for spring break, visiting Disney World. That was the family vacation.
Yeah.
Who were your favorite characters?
And movies, basically.
And movies,
What's stuck in?
For me, honestly, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie
I love Winnie the Pooh.
I didn't know that.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
I love Tangled. There's something about Rapunzel and Flynn. They're just so funny. Maximus, the horse, hilarious.
Yeah, that's so great. How about you, Anna?
Me, it's Frozen. And also
Really,
Sleeping
Frozen?
Beauty.
Oh.
Yeah, Aurora is just...
The classic.
For me, Aurora's like the prettiest Disney princess.
I think I grew up liking the Lion King.
Lion King,
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
think that was
Yeah.
probably the one I replayed the most. I think I might have a laser disc of that.
Have you seen the musical of Lion King? It is spectacular.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah,
Spectacular.
It's just when we talk about these moments, these memories, it always brings out special emotion, right? Doing it over and over again, sometimes it might feel routine. But how do you girls avoid that? Considering that, especially for kids, it's so special every time they see it. How do you keep that wonder going, even for yourselves as performers? Sophie, let's start with you.
I really think it's the excitement from the audience, truly. Like, it can be routine because there's a lot of people in the crowd, but their reactions are all different and their eyes just light up. And when we hear their excitement from the crowd, we get excited as well. We want to perform even better to give them a really good show.
How about you, Sequoia? How do you keep that magic alive?
For sure, I would go along the same lines of what Sophie said. Even though it's the same thing every day, every show can be so different regarding audience energy. Honestly, even what's happening with us on the ice, so many things are going on. But I for sure, even my favorite moment is when I'm backstage and we have Ryan and Last Dragon. We're the first show to have that. So hearing their reaction every time her flies are going on because she has an acrobatic routine in the air, it's just like, wow, okay. Yeah, we're locked in.
All the time when we're backstage, after we do a number, oh my goodness, did you see that little Olaf in the front row?
Yes,
wow.
When everyone's dressed up.
Yeah, did you see Mirabelle? She was going crazy out there with her family. It's so cute. I saw them.
It's so fun because normally, sometimes some performers don't like seeing the audience. They look at the light, but then it feels like you girls are different.
We're
it feels
hunting.
like you want to see the audience.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think almost all Disney employees, if you're playing a Disney character, you always have to interact with the audience, even in the parks, right? You always have to hug the kids, interact with the children, right? So this year the theme is theme of the production is Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. So what does that mean for you personally? Let's start with Sequoia.
I would say for me personally, it just means kind of following your dreams. Every step, every moment of what you're doing throughout your life, it can all lead to everything that you hoped for coming to fruition. So I feel like this show really celebrates all of your favorite stories. All of them have a different theme that really helps you kind of culminate everything you've ever hoped for. It's like, oh, I want to follow my ambitions and get my own restaurant, or oh, I would love to find my prince one day, or oh, I would love to see a brand new land that I've never discovered before. So I feel like this show really celebrates that.
How about you?
Magic in the Stars, I believe that everyone truly has a wish, and taking that chance and going after that, following your dream, being inspired, no matter, you know, what outcome you might get from that.
You know, I love that messaging, and I love just the whole idea that, you know, the dreams do come true, everyone has a wish. And when you look at the fact that I'm sure you have inspired kids to take up show skating, to take up performing on ice, or being a bit more competitive as it, or maybe take it more seriously. And for those young skaters who see you girls perform and say like, hey, I want to be like that, do something like that, what do you normally tell them, Sophie?
I say go for it. And when you fall, you get right back up.
How are you?
For sure. Same. If there's something that you desire, keep working hard in that direction, and you for sure can make it there. Keep speaking it, keep doing it, and it'll happen.
The shows will be starting December 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, December 20. So you're here for a very, very long time.
It's
right?
already Christmas here, so
Yeah,
I hope
it is.
you're...
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll be rehearsing and everything. What does a typical day look like for you guys on tour?
Well, during we will have a rehearsal period before we start shows at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Yeah.
But
Are you allowed to like go around Manila?
No, I hope so. They're here for 2 months.
I know. Because some people like spend hours in rehearsals.
We're actually taking a break. We're going back to the States for a bit, and then we'll be
Oh,
back.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure. Oh my goodness, that's funny. But all right, that kind of caught me off guard. But what would catch people off guard here? Well, we teased it a while ago already. We actually have one of the stars of the show here joining us, and you know what? I'll let you girls introduce him. Let him come in.
All right. Well, he's been with us through every story, every adventure, and every wish come true.
And we can welcome no one better than the true superstar, Mickey Mouse.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, Mickey Mouse coming in the house. And
Mickey
you know
Mouse on Beautiful Day.
what? Mickey Mouse on Beautiful Day is
Oh my
coming up in
goodness.
just a bit. But then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so excited to have him over here. And again, with the skaters here from Disney on Ice. You know, you're going to go back to the States for a while. It's already Christmas time here. It's already an early Christmas
Early
gift
Christmas.
for Anne, who was so excited to see our friend here. But of course, Anne, do you remember your first time seeing our special friend?
The first time I visited Disney in California, and then I saw Mickey Mouse there. I was like, oh my god, I wanted to cry.
Oh my gosh.
And,
And
you know,
I think I'm gonna cry again now.
so there is a bit of silence here from Anne from time to time, because we can finally show our
my
friend, our
gosh.
special guest, Mickey Mouse, in the house. Oh
Mickey
my
Mouse
goodness.
in the Bilyonaryo News Channel studio on Beautiful Day. This is an exclusive. This is extra special. This is a wish, a dream come true.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? I love the fact that Mickey's here, and that Mickey is. We always talk about the joy that Disney brings.
Yeah.
And just seeing Mickey just brings a smile to my face.
And no matter what age you are, you know, no matter the age, no matter how old you get, the magic never dies.
oh yeah, and especially for Anne.
Yes.
I mean,
that's so true.
especially for Anne.
Hi, Mickey.
But of course, thank you so much for coming on over. Can you please invite our viewers to come on over and check you guys out when your show does open?
Absolutely. We've opened on the 20th until January 4th. So please get your tickets at DisneyOnIce.com.
Oh my gosh.
See you there.
All right. And we normally end things in a special way. I'll let you take the reins.
Yes, our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful? Let's start with Sequoia.
Oh, what makes my day beautiful? A nice cup of coffee and some Afro beats. Yeah.
Got you with a cup of coffee right here. Yep.
How about you,
How about you?
Sophie?
A beautiful day is today and being with a friend.
Oh, that is so nice.
I
Thank
love
you for
that.
joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you made our day special, and I cannot wait for you girls to make so many special memories with all of the people coming out to see our show.
We're so excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
so
to see
much. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Sophie and Sequoia joining us here from Disney on Ice. Now, when we return, we're going to get ready for some tunes on Day Mix. Up next, we'll be joined by a Nashville-based musician who's here to liven up our morning with a heartfelt performance. Don't miss our chat with them later on. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, this Nashville-based singer-songwriter is shaking up the folk pop scene. Now, from strings, lyrical talent to powerful vocals, Caleb Hearn is the name everyone's talking about. Now, here's Caleb Hearn as he performs a little bit better on Day Mix.
Somebody selfless and kind. She's got a smile even when she isn't fine. She can be hurting, but she's got enough love to fill up Tennessee. I met somebody, stays up at night. I see her worry and she sees all of mine. I met somebody, she really loves me, says I'm all she needs. And I grew up thinking I would have to fight all of this alone. But now you hold me in the darkness, hold me till it hurts less. You tell me that I'm alright, show me where the light shines through. Please stay, love me through the weather. Please say this'll be forever. Hold me in the darkness, even when it's hard with you. It's a little bit better. I met somebody gentle and smart. He underestimates the size of his heart. He can be laughing, but he's got enough pain to fill up New York City. I met somebody so full of scars. The world's on his shoulders, but he won't fall apart. I met somebody, he really loves me, says I'm all he needs. And I grew up thinking I would have to fight all of this alone. But now you hold me in the darkness, hold me till it hurts less. You tell me that I'm alright, show me where the light shines through. Please stay, love me through the weather. Please say this'll be forever. Hold me in the darkness, even when it's hard with you. It's a little bit better.
Caleb Hearn. Beautiful day, Caleb. Thank you so much for joining us. That
Thank
was
you.
fantastic.
Thank you so much. It's been great.
You know, just hearing you and listening to you and just, just trying to take in your music more and more, it feels so honest, so vulnerable, so just really, it takes a lot to just dig in and just show yourself. And you have around 1.6 million followers on TikTok. I think almost 3 million streams on Spotify, if I'm not mistaken, give or take. To be that open, to be that vulnerable, how honest is your music? How real is it that that it just shows?
Yeah, I think honestly,
Yeah.
I think one of the big things from the start for me with music has just been, it's been a way to express myself, and I think it almost comes natural to just be honest in writing and in singing, and it almost feels like an outlet, an easier way to be honest, than just the way you talk and talking with people every day. I feel like music is a way I can actually get it out and feel good about it.
Now that we're talking about honesty, I know you have a great story about, your dad coming down to the basement, telling you that, your music sounds good, but it needs a little bit more
Yeah.
honesty. That's brutal honesty from a parent.
It
Tell
is.
us all
Yeah.
about that moment.
Yeah.
And okay, go ahead.
I was kind of like, I felt like I was in a time crunch. I had kind of stopped college and quit my job, and I was like, I'm gonna make this work, and my dad was like, okay, I'll give you a few months before you either need to go back to college, get a job, or start paying rent. those are the three options.
Okay,
So I was like,
okay.
okay, so I need to write a song and make some money,
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
like, I need
yeah.
to write a hit or something, And so I'm just over here like writing everything I can think of, things that just felt like radio,
Yeah.
And I show him all the songs, and he's like, all right, they're not bad, but it doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel genuine and true to you. So
Okay.
I immediately was like, okay, he doesn't know anything, But then a couple days later, I was just in the basement, writing again, trying to write the hit. And I was just kind of thinking about things in my life. And one of the big things that had been weighing on me for the last couple years was I lost my best friend to a hiking accident. And it was something I hadn't really dealt with. And so I just started writing how I felt about it on paper with not really any chords or anything. I was just
Yeah.
trying to be honest, and then I ended up putting it to music and putting it on social media and everything. And sure enough, that's the first song that actually went or people received well. And I was like, okay, so maybe this whole time I've just needed to be myself.
Yeah.
And and then from then on, I think that's just been the theme, going forward. So
What I love about that is that because we're always taught to write what you know,
Yeah.
and sometimes what you know is hard to show,
absolutely.
right? But then it's talking about showing. You actually had an emotional TikTok relatively recently. You were playing the lows for your wife before it was released.
Yeah.
Is that a normal thing that you do? That you gotta get your songs vetted by the wife first before
Well,
it comes out?
100%. She is also a musician, an incredible singer and writer. So I definitely run everything by her. I'm like, hey, is this good? And she'll tell me. She's
Yeah.
like, not your best, But yeah, this was one I was really excited to show her.
Yeah.
And she really liked it. So yeah, I definitely show her all the music for sure.
So you don't just sing, you play the guitar, you write your own songs. In an interview, you've mentioned that you started writing poems and short stories as a kid, right?
Yeah.
And you grew up in Mount Airy.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and you were surrounded by music. Your mom wrote songs, if I'm not mistaken. Your uncle played. You sang in church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of environment, it can leave a lasting imprint. When did everything start for you? Like really wanting to get into this
to take it
musical
seriously.
career.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think growing up in it, obviously, it was something that I just knew. From like 10 or 11 years old, that's kind of when I started picking up the guitar and starting to write those poems and stuff. But it wasn't until I was 19, 20 years old. It was kind of after high school because I got really involved in sports.
Yeah.
And growing up in a small town like Mount Airy, North Carolina, is it's almost not cool to do music. It's cooler to be like a athlete
Yeah.
or a
Okay.
doctor, or like so,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
So being a musician, it didn't feel realistic.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was like, okay, you know, maybe I need to slow my roll and go to college, you know. But then I felt like after doing that for 4 years in high school and graduating, trying to get a job, I just felt like something was missing, and I didn't know what it was. And then I just started writing again during COVID because we got some time off, and I started writing again, and it immediately felt like that void was being filled again. And I was like, okay, so how do I make sure music never how do I make sure I never put down music again?
Yeah.
And the only way in my head, I was like, maybe I can just do it on the side or whatever. But then doing it on the side turned into full time, and
Yeah.
Okay.
it's been really, really cool ever since.
You know, it's fantastic because I love the fact that you came from such a small town. So I think Mount Airy, the town you came from, 10,000 people, give or take?
I think roughly, yeah.
Roughly,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
10,000. And here you are in Metro Manila, where there is, according to one of our later censuses in 2024, 14 million people. All right, so there are 14 million people here. And you're here being interviewed right now on national TV here in the Philippines after you went on tour.
Yeah.
You're performing your music for a lot of people. Millions of people have heard your music. How does that make you feel when you take a look at where you came from, what your insecurities were when you started,
Yeah.
your dad telling you like, hey, this is not that good,
Yeah.
to being here right now and performing?
I think there's a lot of mixed emotions. You know, I think that obviously the biggest emotion that's overwhelming all the time is just the gratitude and like I'm so thankful that I'm here. You know, but it's scary. I'm like, wow, like I never thought that I would be in this position, and I try to. I think the thing that keeps me grounded is I try to take every day, day to day, because like
Yeah.
you know like. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I have no idea. I try to like, it's like, okay, today I'm doing this and this and this and this, and then that allows me to not feel so overwhelmed or scared or the pressure, you know. And I think like just living in that moment and also just appreciating where you're at makes you feel so much more comfortable,
Yeah.
so much happier in those big moments, you know.
Yeah, you know, and I was really curious also about the fact that because you're so big on TikTok, you're big on streaming platforms. I talked to a few musicians, and they say that social media is a completely different beast.
Yeah.
When it converts into actual butts on the seats, when you see them in real life, and how does that make you feel in connection to what you have on social media? Because for some people, it's just a number. It's a bit empty for some because they don't really see their faces. But when you see
Right.
their faces
Yeah.
and see their reaction, see how they connect,
Yeah.
IRL, as the kids say these days,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how does that make you feel? How does that frame your approach to your music?
Yeah, that's huge. I think me starting in COVID as well. I think I did have that same feeling for a little bit.
Yeah.
That feeling of this feels real, but like, is it really? You know, like I see the numbers, I see people in the DMs or whatever in the comments, and I'm like, where are these people? You know, I want to see these people. You know, and honestly, I just got off tour in Europe. And I'm still really new to the touring scene. I mean, I started making music in 2020. People weren't really touring until 2022 again. So it's still really fresh for me. I'm learning what a show consists of and everything. But I think this last Europe run that we just did was really the first time that I've felt like, wow, there are like a lot of people here, and it's like these people have been following me for years, and
Yeah.
I'm like so many people coming up to me after the show being like, I heard that first song, like that's how I found you, is that first song that you wrote in your basement. And I'm like, it just like I can't, you know, I just smiling ear to ear because there's no words I can even express to show that emotion. But yeah, there's nothing better than that feeling. I think that is what keeps me going and keeps me on top of the game, just trying to get better and better and better. And so yeah, yeah.
There's another beautiful song of yours that recently came out, "Play It Safe," which talks about finding a person or finding a reason to live after living recklessly. What was
Yeah.
the personal inspiration behind this track?
Yeah, great question. I think that finding my wife has been by far the best thing that's ever happened to me, and she's just an incredible person, and she keeps me grounded, and she's it's been amazing. And I think that when I wrote that song, I was, before I met her, I was living a pretty, I just didn't think about, how long I wanted to live. I didn't think about my health. I didn't think about, I was just living life, and I think obviously that can become too much, you got to live life. But I think what was interesting is when I was writing that song, I was just thinking about when I met her, I felt okay, I got to live a long time because I want to be with her as much as I can be, and I wanted it to come across in a sweet way, in the song as well. But yeah, I think that just the idea for that song was just I want to play it safe for you. I want to be responsible, so that you have someone else to lean on, all these things, So I think it's just a maturing and a coming of age kind of story as well.
Play it safe and live for her.
Yeah.
This kind of matches your tattoo because I saw it. All things work together for good.
Yes, absolutely.
I was gonna say, so that's for all the guys out there. That's the song where you say, "Hey, I'm gonna take life seriously. Start
you.
playing this. This is for you. I'm gonna slow things down." All right. When we look at the type of music that you've made, and to be quite honest, just listening to it, I feel like it would resonate with Filipinos a lot.
Yeah.
We're an emotional people.
We love emotional songs.
We love
songs,
connecting to
sentimental music.
sentimental
we are
music.
so into that.
We love a bit of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the honesty that you've had and the fact that your music feels so universal. You mentioned you went around Europe, you've been around Asia, this is your first time in the Philippines. What are you discovering about the language that you're putting in, the emotions that you're putting in, and how that speaks to people in a way that you probably never thought you could?
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is I'm from a small town in America, and coming over here has been so eye-opening because I didn't know what to expect. People tell you certain things or whatever, but I really truly wanted to come on this entire trip to Europe and Southeast Asia with no expectations. And coming here has been such a cool experience because I'm seeing all these people who are maybe honestly more emotionally connected than what I'm even used to. And I feel like I'm a pretty emotional person. But even playing shows like my Amsterdam show, which was really cool, there was a lot of people coming up just crying and people being so emotional. I was wow, this is really eye-opening for me that people across the world, we can all share the same emotion even though we're thousands of miles apart. There's no difference in sadness and happiness and love and compassion. All of those emotions are just human being things. You know? And I think that's what's been so cool is I really had no expectation, and then I just kind of jumped out here, and I've gotten to see that firsthand.
We have a question from someone who's watching us on YouTube, but before we get to that, I wanted to ask this because we're talking about emotions and putting your heart and soul into your music. It's like sharing that vulnerability, right, through every song rather than hiding it. You're putting it into your music. Were you ever scared of really opening yourself up? Not just to a certain number of people, but everyone who listens to your music, right?
Yeah. I think that a good example of that is 100%. I've definitely been scared. I think that up until I wrote this song 2 years ago, roughly, I think, and it's called Klonopin.
Okay.
And it's about it's an anti-anxiety medication. I don't know the proper term for it in different countries, but it's just an anti-anxiety medication that's can be addictive, and can be a crutch for a lot of people. And I was on it, I was prescribed it, and I was really struggling with my anxiety and stuff. And it got to a point where I felt like I was constantly needing it, and I wasn't dealing with my anxiety at the core. And it's kind of an embarrassing thing to talk about, and I wrote a song about it, and then I was like, okay, I cannot put this out. This is too vulnerable, this is too honest. And I decided to put it out, thank goodness. And ever since then, though, I felt like I've wanted to just open up more and more and more and more, because up until that point, though, I was scared. And I was I felt like I was being honest in my music, but I was still holding back 10%.
Okay.
You know, there was still like 10 to 20% that it was like, okay, I can't say that and I can't say that, you know. But now I feel like I'm just an open book, and like whatever feels right, you know, I just want to put out there and just see how people respond because of the response on that song.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
and
great.
the listeners, you know, they just love it, right? When they see that, you know, this singer can relate to what I'm going through, right? When they hear your songs. But anyway, yes, we have someone from our YouTube. They're watching us live. They're asking, who is your favorite collab?
And of course, add to that your dream collab.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Great question. My favorite collab so far, I have two. I did a song with my wife. So obviously that is.
So that's your number one.
That's my number one. That's my number one.
That's your dream come true already.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's an amazing. Also, just like not even that she's just my wife. She's an amazing artist, and she has so much to say in her music as well. So we did a song, and it was a love song. It was kind of a duet to each other.
Okay.
And then secondly would have to be Rosie. Who's become one of my great friends, and we wrote a song called "A Little Bit Better," the one I just played actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's touched so many people, and it's really changed both of our lives, I think. So she's been a great collaborator since then. She's written on a lot of my songs, whether she's featured on them or not. Like she's been a writer in the room with me. Like it's been a really, really cool experience. So she's definitely been one of my favorite collabs that I've had, for sure.
How about dream collab?
Dream collab.
Yeah.
By the way, everything we say here comes true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know.
The show is known for that. When you manifest it here, it actually comes true.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, this is perfect then.
We had an influencer here meet with Gordon Ramsay because she said so.
No way.
Yeah.
How
That's
much?
true.
How far after?
2 months, 3.
Oh man. Oh man, I need to be careful about this answer then. This answer needs to be very thought out.
Be
but-
careful with that wish.
Yeah. I need to. I don't know if I'm ready.
Okay.
No, my dream collab would have to be Ed Sheeran. I'm a
Ed
huge
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran fan.
That's gonna happen.
One of the he's one of the reasons, maybe one of the biggest reasons I got into music. I felt like he's so honest in his music.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe I can do that too.
All right.
You know, so yeah.
I can feel that coming true. Like an album with Ed Sheeran. And you should come out with an album also with your wife.
Yeah, we have thought about that. Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
as soon as you do that collab with Ed Sheeran, I don't care wherever you are in the world, you're coming back.
Oh, my gosh.
You come back
As soon
here.
as it's out.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
care if it's 2 years later. I'm coming back to thank both of you personally.
Yes,
And
yes.
once it happens, and we feel like it will happen, right?
It will. We
Yeah.
already claim it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness. Okay, so we got to wrap things up in
Yes.
just a
Totally.
bit. But then for those who want to go see you, I believe you have a meet and greet tonight.
I do. Yes, we're doing a meet and greet at the mall tonight, and we're gonna play some songs and hang out, and it's gonna be fun.
So it'll be this evening at the Venice Grand Canal
Yes.
over in Taguig City, over at McKinley Hill. For those wondering which area that is, it's the one with the gondolas inside.
Yes.
Right?
Right,
So,
yeah.
fantastic place. And of course, we always end the show on a
Yes.
special note. And take it
That's
away.
right. The show is called Beautiful Day. So, Caleb, what makes your day beautiful?
What makes my day beautiful is being around people I love and making music.
Nice.
And
That
we
is
love the
wonderful.
music that you come up with.
Yes.
And of course, you're fans of it as well. We cannot wait to see you work with Ed Sheeran. Saying that again. And hopefully we can have you again soon. Hope you enjoy your time here in the Philippines. I
Yeah.
know it's your first time.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Caleb.
Absolutely.
All right, so that is Nashville-based singer-songwriter Caleb Hearn. Thanks so much for joining us.
And up next, do you know someone who is allergic to being single? There's actually a term for that, and you might not like it. Monkey bearing.
What is-
We know. We'll know more about this new dating trend on Love Hacks after the break. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. back to Beautiful Day. Jumping from one relationship to another may be called being booked and busy, but the internet has put a name on it: monkey barring, or the act of swinging from one bar to the next. Now, what are the dangers of never staying single for long or at all? And why do some people do it? Dating Coach V answers that on Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad. Love hacks, we
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day, Coach V.
Beautiful day.
So many new dating terms. Yeah, since last week, I've been seeing articles about monkey barring and other terms pa eh. I'm gonna send them your way so we can talk about them on future episodes.
we
But
should.
today we're focusing on monkey barring. What is this all about?
So just like what you said, no, it's a tendency of a person to move from one bar to the other. So think of the bar as a relationship. So monkey barring is when you are still in a relationship, but you're already thinking of entering another one. Look how crazy that is.
Yeah.
And of
Sorry,
course,
ah.
we owe it to the Gen Z to thank them for
These
labeling
terms,
this.
right? Kasi sa monkey bar, you have to be holding on to one bar before you move to the next, diba?
one.
So
Yeah.
holding one bar and then you reach out for the next before you let
Correct.
go. So
Yes,
kailan
yes,
nakagrip
yes.
ka na doon.
Wait lang, sorry. Ang galing ng prod natin. We're going to talk about monkey barring. So, literal monkey bar yung linagay sa ano na.
It makes sense.
Gosh, wait lang.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
Yun
Tawa-
talaga ang
tawa ako.
explanation
Wait lang,
niya. Before you let go, you have to be gripping the next bar first.
Absolutely.
So it's like that in dating also, or in relationships.
Yes, and the main point of this, the reason why they're holding on to the next bar without letting go of the previous one is they don't want to fall, and falling means being single. So that's the greatest fear when somebody does monkey barring. Ayaw maging single. So they gusto nila may salo ng relationship before they even end the current one.
Yeah, kaya bawal ma-fall. Sorry.
At saka wag pa-fall.
Wag pa-fall. Alright, so, okay. When we talk about monkey barring,
yeah.
does that necessarily mean? Kasi syempre, dito sa Pilipinas, di ba?
Yes.
May DTR palagi. Define the relationship, di ba? So, when you monkey bar, are those yung mga relationships that are already defined, or are we just talking about dating people? Like you cannot, I know we say staying single,
Yeah.
pero it could be like you always have a companion, diba? Like you
Right.
can never
So-
do
You just
things
don't
alone.
wanna be alone.
Oo.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
that
Monkey barring
how it is here?
is generally for people in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
because when you are in a relationship, diba, you have a commitment, it's a defined relationship. What makes it dangerous is because you still have a current relationship, but you are already emotionally on the next one.
Okay.
But if you're single, no problem because you don't have, that's called dating, like kahit even if you talk to multiple people, if you're single, that is allowed. That's not cheating. But if you are in a relationship and then you monkey bar, it is actually considered as emotional cheating already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kasi magkakaroon ng ano dyan eh, ng overlapping.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
you're
yes, yes.
still holding on to this old bar and then you reach out for the next one, but you're still gripping that old bar,
Absolutely.
diba? So may overlap yon. So
Yes.
that's considered cheating, yes
Correct.
or no?
That's considered cheating because it is actually a betrayal already. Your partner thinks that you are still in there in that relationship, not knowing that you've already checked out while still keeping the current relationship.
So would you suggest to avoid monkey barring? Okay. Kapag, let's say something ends, stay single muna ng konti. Is that a way to avoid it? Is that a good piece of advice? How can we avoid monkey barring?
Oh, absolutely. Like entering from one relationship to the other means bringing the baggage of the old relationship to the next one. That's why may tinatawag na 3-month rule, even if it's not an official rule, but it makes sense to, again, we've talked about this briefly in the previous love hacks. Now, when you enter the relationship, you are on a dopamine high and you're so used to the other person. You're so, kumbaga, set in that previous relationship that when you enter another relationship, you tend to bring all the patterns. So, hindi ka man lang nagpahinga.
Okay.
Hindi ka man lang nag-detox. So,
Okay.
actually, staying single is a form of detox so that when you enter a new relationship, it's fresh. It's
Okay.
like I'm ready for whatever you're bringing on the table, not bring all my traumas from the previous relationship to the new relationship.
I want to focus on the partner. So not the one doing the monkey
Monkey
bar.
barring.
Okay? If you feel that your partner is about to reach for that new bar, is it worth it to fight for the relationship?
Wow, this is a very good question because sometimes the people who monkey bars, meron na yung people around them being considered as friends. Tapos yung person in a relationship, mapapansin niya, bakit masyadong close sila? Bakit parang mas kinakausap
Kasi
niya?
kahit paano may instinct ka.
May
You
instinct,
feel that
absolutely.
you're losing this person.
Yes,
Diba?
that's
So
a very
if
good
you feel like he's just about to jump ship, do you still fight for the relationship?
So I feel like cut your losses sooner. So if you feel
Okay.
like they're going out anyway, don't wait for them to initiate the conversation. Bring up the conversation yourself, and then you'll be able to save time because that person will not say naman na, you know what, like I see us forever, I see us in the future. Obviously, they're spending more time with another person. Ano? So, wag ka magpatay mali siya. Go
Okay.
for it and address the elephant in the room.
Right, right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean be afraid of friends.
Oh no, not necessarily. But sabi niya nga, ang people in a relationship, may instinct yan. Because sometimes people who are cheating, they feel like they're doing it so well. But what they're not realizing is their behavior is changing and their partner notice it. Binibigyan lang sila ng benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
But there are indicators.
Okay, so when we talk about monkey barring, still going back to yung topic natin, and trying to siguro address it, are there any early signs in your opinion na tipong like, I think this guy or this girl
Is already
is
monkey
already
barring?
monkey barring. May
Yes.
may target na siya.
Yes. So just like when you do the, what do you call this? Yung pinakita
Oh,
nila
yung monkey bar,
kanina?
oo.
Monkey bar, di ba? When you have both hands, you put most of your effort in one of the bar. But when you start to monkey bar, ano nangyayari? Some of the effort is already going to the
So,
next
that's
bar.
effort.
Yeah.
Yes, so
yeah.
effort and investment, laging pair yan. So effort and investment means look at where the time is going, look at where that money is going, we look at where the happiness lies. Sabi nga natin, we like to spend time with people who make us happy. So kapag nakikita mo na halos wala ng quality time with you and they'd rather like hang out most of the time with that person, then that's moving on na sila sa next bar.
And you'd like this.
Speaking of,
You'd like this.
Okay,
Kasi
go.
paano kung ikaw yung susunod na
yun
round?
nga, speaking
Oh,
of
oh.
moving on to the next
Ayan.
bar, what if you are the
The
next
bar.
bar?
You are the
Yes.
next
Diba?
bar.
Should this
Dinadaboobs ka
person,
na.
should this person be worried? Kasi you're jumping immediately from an old relationship into a new one, diba? Na walang interval, kumbaga. Yeah.
If you are the next bar, that is a cause of concern because that's not love. You are the insurance. Ikaw ang sasalo. So
Parang
that,
rebound?
yes,
Safety
that's-
net.
Yeah.
Hindi nga
Safety net.
rebound.
So the question is, mahal ka ba talaga niya or gusto niya lang makalabas sa previous relationship niya?
Because this person who monkey bars is afraid of being alone.
Yes,
is
that
afraid
is
of being
the whole
single.
point. Yes, that's the
Okay.
whole point. That's why you need some safety net kasi takot ka mag-isa. So I'd rather hold on to any other bars than, just stay at the bar or mahulog ka.
So, parang bar hopping lang.
Actually, pwede rin tong wall climbing. Di ba ganun din sa wall climbing?
Hindi,
Before you let
mas
go
funny
of
ako,
the,
bar hopping na lang.
Bar hopping?
Sorry.
But the same rule applies. No, you hold on to the next one because you don't want to be left alone when that relationship
Does this
ends.
mean though that we should be wary kapag, let's say, you're seeing someone and then you find that it wasn't long ago yung last relationship niya.
Yes, absolutely. Kabahan ka na kapag ang last relationship ng magiging bagong partner mo is kahapon lang, di
Uy!
ba? Wala man lang processing time.
Guys! Huwag naman ganun.
3-month rule nga dapat di ba?
Kala niya 3-hour rule lang eh.
Actually, hindi nga 3 months
24-hour
Parang the number of years you spent in a relationship, half it. And that's the time that you get over your old relationship daw.
So that's what they say. But if you are already on your 40s and you've been in a relationship with them or
For 10 years
for
or
10 or
15
20 years,
oh.
then you have to wait for 10 years before you get in a 50 ka na. Wag, sayang ang time.
Don't give that advice, Ann! Kawawa naman yung mga
Super
long
single.
in love. Oo.
Yes, sobrang and the rule in dating na whether we like it or not is our pool becomes slimmer and smaller the older we get, just because we have less energy, mas mataas yung standards natin, so konti na lang talaga yung makakapasa sa atin. So as young as you are, enjoy dating and enjoy finding love, pero wag naman ipagsabay, wag magma-monkey bearing.
Okay, so I think that's the last piece of advice that we could give, no?
Yes,
From Coach V.
yes.
I was gonna say sana, anong gagawin mo kapag monkey bar ka? But I think we gotta
Yun
leave
nga,
it at
she
that.
actually gave her advice.
She did,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But that's
Alright.
a wrap for now. That's a new term.
Don't monkey bar, guys.
Hindi tayo mauubusan ng episode ng Love Hacks ng daming terms.
Thank you, Gen Zs, for always labeling these things.
Ang dami pa
We
niyan.
owe it to
Actually,
you.
I'll send them your way. Ang dami
Yeah,
kong
yeah,
articles na sinave on my Instagram account. Let's talk about these new dating terms sa
Right.
future episodes ng
Ang galing na
Love
ni
Hacks.
dati pa-pager lang to eh.
Oo, ngayon, updated na siya sa mga new dating trends.
I'm now tech-savvy.
Yes.
Tech-sabi ka naman dati. Yung beeper at pager lang naman yung tech
Tinuruan
dati.
kasi ako ni Nika eh.
All right, so we're gonna take a look at our countdown here, and it's another great show, and we only have 84 beautiful days before
We're getting closer and
Christmas.
closer to Christmas time.
Budget season.
Wow.
Budgeting time na.
Budget.
All right, guys.
Kaya nagkakaroon ng budget deliberations eh.
Ingat lang sa mga
Deliberate your
insertions.
budget.
Ingat lang sa mga insertions nyo. All right, so that's a wrap on our show this Thursday, October 2. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paolo de Rosario. Remember, keep it cool, take it easy.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead, and always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!